I want to give an update on Test Drive. So basically, 4 subsidiaries of Nikon, it was ruled yesterday that they are now under receivership. So it is proceeding, and it's actually not good news if you actually read into what's going on and like look at what other gaming companies have gone through this. Basically, KT Racing is under this, which obviously is who makes Test Drive. And they've said that they cannot pay the debts owed. They do not make enough money to pay the debts. So now I'll show. I've got so many notes, so many things. I just watched a live stream that they did for season 6, which comes out tomorrow. And I took a lot of notes. I'm going to be reading from my notes, and I just want to point out that a lot of the things that I've talked about for months now, even videos 8 months ago, where we're working on it, it's going to come next season, we want to do this, it's very difficult, we don't know, still doing that. There's no dates for season 7, season 8. They did push the racing center, the multiplayer fix that they're supposed to do with it, adding this racing center. They pushed it to the mid-season update. They did say in the live stream that there's going to be longer seasons now, like a bunch of bullshit. If you're still somebody like I'm never going to be able to reach to these people because there were so many people glazing this game in the live chat. And then anytime somebody would come with valid criticism, when are you going to fix this? This game looks like this. The FPS is bad. Like it literally was glitching out while they were live streaming, dropping frames, slowdowns, bugs. They showed the new detective missions, and the new detective, every single detective mission, the NPC they were following crashed, went off the road severely, was banging into traffic cars. Like it was not, and that you have to stay in this trail that's behind it. It's on here. Like I could go back and like rewind to it if you want to go look at it. Find almost near the end where they were driving one of like the 1950s Corvette, and there's like a trail of like green blue that you got to stay in. And when there was like a Lotus Elise that they were following, and it was started weaving through traffic, and then you have that trail immediately follows while you're behind. It doesn't like trail in the path that they drove, it immediately goes over, and then you have to hit the NPC traffic cars to stay in it. So you have to slow down, go around the car, and then get back in it. And instead of it trailing like exactly the path that car was taking, it just goes inside of the traffic cars, making it like impossible to do. But it was just a horrible showcase. Like everything they showed was just, there's nothing for season 6. It's 90% real money paid content. You're going to be a walking billboard for Michelin. Nobody wants to pay extra for that shit. They add extra shit on top of the cars that they're selling for real money that nobody wants. They're forcing you to spend more money. I'm going to get into all of this. Like I could rant for so long, but basically let's start here. Okay. Receivership now. Okay. This, the developers just entered a receivership yesterday. After admitting they can't pay what they owe. All right. And then the live stream today it was just a horrible showcase of what to expect in the future. Like I said, there's no date for season 7. There's no date for season 8. All they said was, we still want to release it this year. Mind you, year 3 is going to start in September. Year 3 starts in September. That's 6 months from now. Technically beginning of September. So almost 5 months from now. Season 6 is going to run for at least 4 months. And then that puts us at July. I would say even August, knowing them. And then another 4 for season 8 for that season. So you're looking at November, December, if they can stick to that. But that's year 3. So there's a reason they're behind. I'm going to talk about all that. Okay. They're basically right now, they're not addressing the elephant in the room, but the fact that they can't stick to their schedule and they're saying, well, we want to do this. We're going to do this. This is hard. We don't know. Another big thing they said that pissed me off is, we're not going to bombard you guys with information about housing in the race center. We're going to wait until that season is here, and then we're going to tell you guys about it. What do you mean you don't want to bombard us with information for features that we've been waiting for almost 2 years? That's That's corporate lingo for we don't know what's going to happen with the company. We don't know if it's going to get sold. We don't know if it's going to get shut down. So we're going to wait to show you guys because we don't know if it's actually going to come out or not. And people are like, oh my God, like people still can't see through this scam. And like, you're putting real money into this game if you are dumb enough to actually buy it. And you like, this is bad. Like this part of this is bad. This receivership, because now somebody else is in control of what happens, what they get approved of, what they can do. And if they decide in the next month or two that this is not profitable, they're pulling the plug. Like that's the stage we're at. They will pull the plug. No hesitations. And it's about 300 to 320 employees at Nikon under these 4 subsidiaries that went under receivership that are now possibly looking at layoffs. It won't happen today, but it could happen within the next month when they start really digging into this. Like this is the next step. They want to preserve jobs, but layoffs are coming. You're looking at 1/3 of Nikon's employees that are now under receivership. But anyway, let me just read my notes because I'm just going to yap. All right. Like I said, I've looked at some of these posts now. I did see this yesterday before this post, but nuclear bombs always got the good news. But yeah, so basically 3 largest development studios in France, Cyanide, Spiders, and KT, have suspended payments and been placed under receivership. Cyanide's receivership also affects its Bordeaux-based subsidiary Big Bad Wolf, developer of the Council, which is working on the upcoming release of Cthulhu. Together, the studio Cyanide, Spiders, KT, and Big Bad Wolf employ just over 320 people, representing about 1/3 of Nikon's group's global workforce. The proceedings will be handled by the Lal Commercial Court, which is already overseeing the parent company's receivership. So they are now in control. They are now in control of what happens, what gets approved, what the budget is, future, all of that stuff. People are joking like $20 cars incoming, which is crazy because the game on Steam right now, let me pull it up. The game right now is on sale, 70% off for $14.99. You can buy the solar pass and 1 car bundle and already be more than $14.99. And then you want to buy all the extra stuff they have in the season. Let's go to, let me find some of this here. So they're really only adding detective missions. Somebody asked in the stream if they added new races and they said no. So it's been 5 months with this season and there's no new races. The detective missions look horrible. And again, they're time gated. I believe there's only going to be 1 on the map every 4 hours, if I remember correctly from reading through comments and everything. They're also time gating more of the delivery and taxi missions as well. So I haven't played since October of 2024, but I know people have said that these are time gated and they're like, why don't you just let us go have all the races and detective missions and taxi missions on the map so we can just do them whenever? But again, they're time gated. So they're adding this detective mission, but you only do 1 every few hours. Nobody wants to be a walking billboard for Michelin and pay real money for that. Re-releasing cars that are already in the game. Nobody cares about the electric car. Online store cars, each one of these is what? I think $10. Blocked Insight actually did a good video like a few weeks ago breaking down how much it actually costs to buy everything in the game with the solar pass, the cars, the cosmetics, all that bullshit. They showed off the Pagani in the live stream again. They're like, we know it's the wrong sound, blah, blah, blah. Like people are just asking like, oh, it's the wrong sound. It's the wrong sound. Like, why are you going to showcase this? They rework some of the map. Who cares? Optimize the game. Switching some buildings around that nobody's ever going to fucking see. Who cares? They added like a spoiler to the Audi, whatever. Yeah, so basically they focused more on paid content. There's more, like 90% of the season is paid content. The game's on sale for $14.99. You could easily spend 3-4 times that much on real purchases in this season than the price of the game is. It's crazy. It's just insane. Man, anyway, let me go back to the script. All right, so back on March 2nd, all right, we know that they did this restructuring, and then yesterday they went into receivership where the court takes oversight because the company is in serious financial trouble. They confirmed that 4 of their subsidiaries entered receivership yesterday, okay? And that was KT, Spider, Cyanide, and Nikon Tech. which you saw is right around 320 employees, a third of the company, which is massive. They entered this process because they declared cessation of payments. They basically said, we're not making payments anymore because we can't afford it. Which, like I said, is legal language for we cannot pay what we owe. So now they're in a court-controlled process. Their debts are frozen, and they do have up to 18 months to figure this out. But that doesn't mean that they're safe. It just means that they're buying time. And this, just because they have 18 months to do this, doesn't mean that the process will take 18 months. This could take 1 month. This could take 2 months. It depends on what this outside company overseeing the business now thinks is the right move. I mean, Test Drive doesn't make a lot of money. It's flopped. It doesn't have a lot of players. And the fact that in the live stream, they don't have dates. Like, look at year one. Let's, like, if you go back to year one, they actually gave us dates. Were they, they were like a roundabout time, but they had dates of when they were coming out, right? Even though they got pushed back and changed, but they had dates. Now we don't have dates. But yeah, like, these are the building changes. Like, who cares? Optimize the game, make it run properly first. You just had season 5, a complete engine overhaul, promised that the game was going to run better, and it ran worse. Like, who cares about this? Nobody's going to be looking at this. And people are like, oh my God, they're doing so many great changes to the game. Like, they gotta be bots. There's no way these are real people. And then they're gonna have the Viper, the Bentley, and this SLS that you can buy for real money, which is, buying those 3 alone is gonna be double the cost of what the game is on sale right now. It's like, it's insane. It is so insane to me. Like, nobody wants to pay real money to just be a walking billboard for Michelin. Like, people are gonna buy it, but it's like, holy shit. Here we go. Here's the roadmap. So we get the detective missions, right? And then official racing season is mid-season. Work in progress. And you notice we just looked at the year 1 roadmap where they had dates. There's no dates here. There's no dates. And going along with the receivership, it's because they don't know if they're going to get sold off or shut down. So they can't give you a date, because then that kind of commits them to having to put it out. So I just want to talk about that, okay? But yeah, with this receivership, people got to understand that the studios are still working, but they're no longer under full control, okay? Like, they don't have control. The court and administrators now oversee the major decisions, whether it's budgets, plans, restructuring. They got no control. That's the best way to put it. I mean, no matter how bad the devs want to fix the game, they're not the ones who are going to decide what happens next anymore, okay? And that's why we're seeing no dates. And we want to do this. We want to fix this. We'll continue working on the game. It's a bunch of bullshit, okay? So talking about the live stream that just happened, it was so horrible. By the way, the mic was too low. It was hard to understand the lead guy. And I do want to, before I read into that, I wrote down some things, some quotes that they said. We don't want to give you guys dates. They kept saying, we don't want to give you guys dates, and we'll give you more info when it gets closer. Why? They don't want to give us dates because they don't have dates to give, because they don't know what's going to happen. They were talking about bug fixes and camera fixes, and they said, well, we want to do it, but we have to pass through 100 cars. Meaning, we want to do it, but it's a lot of work. We don't know how long it'll take to get done. Somebody asked about the live events, and they said, it's something we're working on. Again, something we're working on. It's always, we're working on it. We'll do it. We're working on it. I made that video 8 months ago, memeing on it, because it was, we're working on it. It's something we want to do. It'll come in later seasons. Don't worry. Season 12, it'll come out. They said, again, we want to save surprises for the players closer to the seasons, which is a joke. Why, like, if you're working on housing stuff and you say it's coming along, give us a tease, dude. It was supposed to be in the game at launch. It's been almost 2 years. Show us. It's just crazy. And then they were showing all the real money paid bundles, showing off what you can buy with your real money, which is a scam. Don't do it. People were spamming in the chat asking for an offline mode and crossplay. People were calling them out for dodging questions. And they brought it up and immediately dodged it and changed to a new question. Somebody asked about the casino AMG, and they were like, oh, we already talked about that which they did in the live stream. They said that in season 7, they're looking for a way to bring the car to people. They don't want you to pay real money for it since other people can get it in the game for free. But I'm pretty sure the community manager has been saying that season 6, you'll be able to get the casino car. And I'm pretty sure that's been talked about. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they've been saying, oh, season 6, you'll be able to get the casino car. And then in the Q&A, it was, oh, we're looking to maybe bring it in season 7, but we haven't figured out how we're going to implement that yet. Dude, it's always a bunch of lies and bullshit. Optimization they were talking about. They said they made optimizations for season 6, and you'll see it tomorrow. Xbox went from 1080p to 1440p. They hope to do it on PS5, but don't know when it's going to come. Shocker. They said some things are improved. Like every season they say, oh, this is improved, this is improved, the networks is improved, the optimization, the shadows, but it's never improved. It looks the fucking same. So I wouldn't buy that horse shit. Just a bunch of bullshit fixes they say every season that never actually improves. They said optimization and network are things they need to improve. And then on my notes, they always say this, but never fix it. They always say we need to improve it. And it said, we will see optimization at some point. That was literally what they said. People are tired of waiting for optimization. Saying in a Q&A, oh, we'll see optimization at some point, when this 5-month season was supposed to be the optimization, is crazy. Quote, we have a matchmaking issue, which is really hard to fix, but when it comes, you would see more people. That's what they said. Been almost 2 years. Still don't know how to fix the matchmaking. I have no hope for this racing center. I have no hope. It will keep improving in the next seasons. Someone just asked about turning off motion blur for consoles, and the league guy, Guillermo, or whatever his name is, literally, quote, I did not know it wasn't an option. And my notes are, Jesus fucking Christ. He literally said, when somebody asked about motion blur on consoles being able to turn off, he said, I didn't know that that was an option. He didn't know that you couldn't turn it off on consoles. Like, this is the lead designer for Test Drive, and he doesn't even know what's on all the versions. Like, how tone deaf can you fucking be, dude? I don't know how people can still be like, this is a great game, this is great. Like, how can you watch these and not process what they're saying and realize the scam that's unfolding in front of your fucking eyes? Like, how can people not process this information? It blows my mind. Somebody was like, oh, 2 out of 10 stream. I hope season 7 will be better. Holy shit. Let me go back down. Yeah, so season 6, it was a bunch of fluff in the live stream as well. Like, just a bunch of shit. They showed more of the paid content. Someone asked if there are new races. They said no. No new races in a racing game. Wow, great. Let me do these time-gated detective missions that nobody fucking cares about, that are boring as fuck. Instead, the main feature of these is these detective missions where you follow a car in a green or blue line. And then the line breaks when traffic gets in the way, and the NPC literally crashed during the stream. Like I said, both detective missions, the NPC we're following crashed both times. So they're showing this mission that is the key feature of season 6, and it doesn't even work properly. We already know they have issues with the traffic and the AI. It's just a joke, dude. Talked about the content being time gated, monetization. They showed a lot of the store. The game is on sale for $14.99 right now. But if you buy everything, like I said, you're probably looking at $35 to $60. And then if you want to buy solar coins, that's what, $80, $100 for that pack. You could easily spend 10 times the amount of the game price right now. And it's on sale because they're now in receivership, and they were like, put that game on a massive sale. Like, I don't think it was 70% off not too long ago. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't look at it that often, ever, really. But it does say special promotion offer ends in 47 hours, 35 minutes. So this is because of the new management that's overseeing due to the receivership. They were like, put that bitch on a massive sale so we can get some money. That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is. This is a huge sale. I mean, $15 for the whole game. But then people are going to get in and see the online store and be like, well, then every one car is $10. I just bought the whole game for $15. Why the fuck would I spend that? You know, cars are locked behind the bundles. And you can't just buy what you want. You have to buy the extra shit. to get the car. So they're forcing you to spend more money in the store to get this shit, which is just horrible, right? The Michelin branding, Michelin livery is ugly. They should just give that for free. Nobody's going to want to pay real money for that shit. But guess what? They're going to get it because they want the car. And you have to buy the Michelin branding to get that car. So again, they're putting fluff in there you can't just buy the car. You have to buy all the extras. So you have to spend double the money. And then the thing with the diamonds is you can't just buy what you want in the store. You have to buy more diamonds than what you need to then go. It's like you'll have to buy 1,000 diamonds, and then the car you want or the solar pass is 600 diamonds. So you can't buy the pass for 600. You have to spend 1,000 to then get the 6, and then you have money left over. So they're forcing you to pay more so you do spend more instead of just buying what you want, which is another scam tactic. It's fucking disgusting. Oh, man. And then keep in mind, it's online only. We don't know if it's going to be shut down, but it's like a 35% chance now, according to asking AI about similar situations and what it thinks about this whole situation. 35% chance now that it will get shut down or sold, which I doubt. Nobody bought it within the past 10 years. So I doubt anybody would pick this up. Like it's just going to get binned. It's going to go in the trash, and this game's going to be gone. And whatever money you're spending on these seasons, these solar passes, it's all gone. You're just throwing money away. Yeah, it was funny because, again, in the live stream chat, people were praising the game, talking about how good it was. And whenever anybody would be like, oh, you need to fix optimization, it looks like a PS3 game. Oh, look at the drops on frame. This is 30 FPS. And they were like, no, it's 60 FPS. It looked like shit. People were like, stop spreading unnecessary hate about this game. It's not hate when it is actual problems with the game. If you're watching a live stream, the developers are playing their build of the game, and you still see frame drops, optimization problems, pop-ins, all of that bullshit, and people are pointing it out, that's not spreading unnecessary hate. Like, these people are so fucking brainwashed and retarded. It's not unnecessary hate. It is a fact of what's on the screen, of the state of the game. Like, these people that glaze this game are so insane, dude. How do they live everyday life? How do they go through life? I don't understand, dude. It's so frustrating to see these fucking people go, oh, stop spreading unnecessary hate. It's just a fact about how the game is. Holy shit. Anyway, these people, I don't know, man. I don't know how these people live. Anyway, people were asking about offline mode, crossplay, future plans. They dodged all of them. And then they moved on. The Q&A felt very controlled. They were hand-picking questions, either from the Discord or from the live chat on YouTube. I thought there was going to be a Q&A about, like, okay, here's what we've been talking about releasing with optimization, the racing center, houses, fixes to the game. And then they just answered the dumbest questions that people put in chat. They were dodging the big questions. So that shows you the receivership, the insolvency. They can't answer the big questions because they don't know. All right. They kept saying, we're working on it. We want to do it. We'll show it later. It's hard to fix. We don't know. Oh my God. Like I said, the biggest thing was that they were like, we don't want to bombard you guys with details. We'll wait till the season arrives to show you guys, but we don't have dates. We want to do it in year 2, but things change and we can't make promises. That's literally what they said. Which is crazy. They don't want to bombard us with details. That's the most tone-deaf thing I've ever fucking heard from a developer. They just don't have anything to commit to. Oh, it seems like nobody in chat caught this. They said that in season 7 they're gonna nerf more payouts because Guillermo, whatever his name is, did say that some payouts are giving more than they'd like. So that they're going to nerf and change the economy in season 7. They already did a big nerf back in season 3 or 4. Now they're going to nerf it again. And you know why they're going to nerf the economy in the game? Because they want you to spend real money and buy the solar coins with real world money. So I'm telling you, it was said in there. You can go back and watch it. He said that they're going to nerf the economy in season 7. Come on now. It's a bunch of bullshit. You barely make money as it is. So the progression is getting slower in the game that pushes you towards spending real money. All right. They talked about optimization, said they're improving it, which they've said every single season since launch, and it never improves. They admitted matchmaking is broken and said it's hard to fix. So highly doubt this racing center is going to fix it. It's just going to cause more problems. They said it will improve at some point. We've heard that for almost 2 years. We talked about the motion blur, where the dev said he didn't know it was an option. They also said that they're extending seasons. So this whole 3 to 4 month season that we were originally supposed to see is gone. And if you notice, this season, season 5, was 5 months long, the longest season ever. No live service game has these long seasons, okay? And they basically said that they're extending seasons from here on out. That's because their staff's getting cut. There's going to be layoffs. The insolvency, the receivership, all of this is why we're now getting longer seasons, because they're going to get cut. They're losing funding because they can't pay their debts. They lost their parent company, couldn't pay the debt. So that's why we're now seeing these longer seasons. So expect less content, less polish, less optimization. Whatever the state of the game is now is basically going to be how it's going to be. It's never going to get better. They're going to get hit with layoffs. So here's the outcome. 20% chance that they recover. And if they do, it's going to be slow updates, which they've already confirmed, because they said they're going to keep to these longer seasons now, and they can't commit to dates. So 45 to 50% chance that the game limps along and just keeps dumping real world monetization. And then a 35% chance that the studio shrinks, there's layoff, and then they lose any funding because this new company that's overseeing the insolvency and the receivership basically is going to decide that it's not worth it and it's not making enough money. That's why you're seeing this push. That's why you're seeing the game for 70% off right now. That's why you're seeing the push for more. I mean, look at Motorfest. Look at any other racing game, Forza. I mean, for the price of one car and all these extra cosmetics, you can go get 15 cars in Forza or Motorfest. And then, they like Motorfest just did the NASCAR update. You got a whole new island, 2 new islands, the track editor. Sure, you can pay for like the year pass, but none of that was included in this update. And then if you wanted to pay for stuff, it was like a bunch of liveries, which is completely optional. You still get the content. Test Drive is forcing you to pay for the content. Like, nothing's free but the fucking detective mission. You got to pay for the solar pass cars. You got to pay for the shop cars. Literally none of it is free. Like, nobody wants to pay. Like, some of us paid what, $90 for this game at launch, and they still want us to pay. Like, if I would have bought every fucking pass for this car and played it for the past almost 2 years, I probably would have spent kind of close to $300. That's insane. Anyway, so yeah, there's like a 35% chance now that the chance for them to recover, and if they do recover, it's going to be bare bones, is a 20% chance now. So there's basically an 80% chance that they get cut, there's layoff, and that the game just dies. That's where we're at. That is what this news means, okay? Oh, man. So this isn't a game that's trying to grow and prosper and fix itself anymore. This is just a game trying to survive and milk whatever money they can from the players. I mean, look at this season. 90% of it is paid content. That's shitty. So that's it. That's basically all my notes. That's what I wanted to talk about. That's it, dude. I wouldn't dump money into it. I mean, people are still talking about the level of incompetence. I mean, how long has it been on PS Plus? Servers have been a nightmare. Every single other day, the game constantly flashes server connection error, lobby error, kicks you from existing races and contract missions, losing the rare contract, which are on that timer. So if you get a lobby error while you're in that contract, it's gone, and you got to wait hours for it to respawn. It's like this on PlayStation, Xbox. How the fuck is a server this bad 1.5 years in? And then the joke, it'll be fixed in season 571. Aren't you excited to wear your paid Michelin racing suit? It's just like most people understand. Most people have a fucking brain, but there's still the glazers, and I don't understand how they operate. They got to be bots, man. There's no way people are that fucking retarded. But I mean, just looking at comments, like so many spelling errors and like shit that doesn't make sense. It's like, I think these people are special. But anyway, that's the update. That's the update. Don't spend your money. Don't spend your money, dude. It's the servers are going to be shut down. There's no dates on future seasons. There's no date on the racing center. There's no date on houses. They want to fix it. They want to bring it this year, but they don't know. Don't, with this news right here, don't do it. Anyway, that's the update. Like I said, I keep updating because I'm waiting for it to turn around, but at this point, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Anyway, see ya.